What is up, fanboys and fangirls? Luke, how you doing over there?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
9-0? Is that what we're fist pumping?
Well, I guess, yeah. I'm just excited we're doing the thing.
We're back for another episode of the What the Fanboy Show.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta be excited. Get excited while we can, right?
Yeah. Oh, that was depressing.
Oh, my bad.
You just ruined it.
I apologize. Yeah. Anyways, let's not talk about sad things. Let's talk about fun things.
Fun things.
Luke,
Some
first off, who's playing tonight over there?
The Thunder and the Clippers are playing.
The Thunder and the Clippers.
This is basketball.
Yeah. And then there's a football game on.
There's a football game on.
No one cares about it.
It's Miami and it's LA. I don't really care.
Yeah, fair enough.
So,
East Coast, West Coast rivalry right there, right?
yeah. I guess Miami, though, is trying to not be the team that... I'll start that over. Every team in Florida that's played this week has lost.
So they're trying to reverse that trend.
Yeah, they're trying to be the only team that won. I think that's kind of funny.
That makes sense.
But I guess if you Florida, I don't really care. So
Yeah.
all I care about is your beaches. So
Yeah. They got some nice beaches down there. And then between Luke and I is Tyler, who is trying to die, but we're not letting him. He's holding on to life.
Playing hurt tonight, boys. Playing hurt tonight.
He's on the IR, but he's here.
Yeah.
Not really. He's just
Yeah,
he's getting over something.
If I were on the IR, then I would not be able to.
It was a bad analogy.
that was when he tore his Achilles.
Yeah, that's true.
That's when I was like truly on the IR and was not.
This is your flu game.
When he was actually near death.
This is my flu game. I better bring the heat tonight.
That's right.
Which is
I'm ready.
probably me coughing into a microphone.
I'm ready for the hottest take ever.
Ooh, there's gonna be some things that he could have takes on, so I like it. Some new trailers. Speaking of trailers,
Maybe I'll just throw one out just to do it tonight for the sake of doing it.
The one that you've been holding in the back of your mind.
It's
In the
how I'm
back of
gonna.
your heart.
It's how I'm gonna sign off our last show ever. With just like this scorching hot take that so nobody can ever like. No one can ever say anything to it. It's just.
there you go.
It's gone forever.
Yeah, I like that strat. It's pretty good.
I'm in.
Yeah. So getting started, we can hop right into trailers. Luke, you got our trailer list over there?
I do. I'll start with one that maybe I only did. Xbox put out a deep dive for Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. I know Brett hasn't watched it. Did you?
I haven't watched it, but I've listened to all of the like play preview podcasts that exist.
Yeah, dude.
I've listened to probably 6 hours of people talking about this game.
Wow.
I'm pretty excited about
Looking
it.
good?
I think it looks really good.
I think it sounds incredible.
All right.
It looks super puzzle and explore heavy, which I think is really cool.
Considering the subject.
Yeah.
Oh.
And like I think the action looks fun. I think it looks super immersive, especially with it being in first person. Troy Baker's Harrison Ford impression is really good.
Alright.
So that's awesome. But really all it comes down to me is the story. If the story's good, I'll probably like it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's about a 15-minute video and some gameplay. Like extended gameplay, which
Sweet.
is nice, and you can see some different puzzles and
Yeah.
more cutscenes and some combat, and looks really good.
Awesome. That's great.
Yeah, based on everything I've heard, it sounds like a lot of fun. It sounds like just another Indiana Jones movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just you're playing.
Just you're playing it.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Which is cool.
First movie trailer I have is we got a final trailer for Mufasa.
Yeah.
I don't know anybody who's excited for this.
If you're out there, please get in touch with us, because I'd be curious to know why.
And the people who I feel like would be excited for this, like before seeing stuff, I think even they would agree this doesn't look good. Like story-wise and visually.
There's
It
just
across the board it doesn't look
It's just not compelling in any way for me. Like the only thing is that it's Barry Jenkins, right?
Yeah.
It's like, but I don't. Yeah, I don't know. It'll still make $1 billion somehow.
I don't think it will.
I think this is going to be very Joker 2.
Could be.
It's nobody cares about it. People are kind of more so making fun of it, and it's just it won't be as bad because it's PG, but I think it's going to bomb.
Never underestimate the will of a bunch of children to get their parents to go to a movie.
Well, parents, take your children to Wicked because it's much better, way better story. It's gonna have way better songs.
Ooh, great comment from Baroque. Why would I watch Mufasa when I've already seen Transformers 1, which looks like the exact same story?
It really is.
It is.
It really is.
That movie freaking slapped.
Not untrue.
Oh my gosh.
I did feel like this trailer really gave away what the story is.
More so than the first one already did.
Yeah, I felt like the first one was kind of vague and like, okay, we're following this.
He's an orphan.
He's an orphan and it's an adventure, but now it's like he's an orphan. Scar is the heir to the throne, and not Scar, but it's who will become Scar, right? Like, and they're gotta find, yeah. I don't know. I
can't wait for the scene in the movie where they make the Scar reveal feel like a thing.
Yeah, right.
And everybody's like, "Oh,
yeah.
I never saw that coming."
The only thing I think is kind of funny is they have the white lions in there, which in the original Lion King, like it's based on Shakespeare, obviously, but they stole the story from what is it, like Kimba and the White Lion?
Yeah, which is the White Lions.
Which is the White Lions. Which is based on the Shakespeare story.
Right. Yeah. Iterations.
Yeah. But man, yeah, this
I'm not excited for it.
have fun, parents and children, taking your kids to this one.
Still haven't seen the first Lion King.
This trailer was like a big old thumbs down for me. I will probably be the one out of the three of us to go see it just because it'll be a movie to take my child to.
You could just take her to Wicked.
We'll go see Wicked. We'll
watch
probably go
Wizard
see
of Oz and then immediately go to the theater.
Triple feature, and then after that go to Gladiator.
Wicked Part 1.
Which is getting good reviews.
Getting great reviews.
Which is really exciting.
Hyped! Sorry, we're not here to talk about Gladiator 2.
I mean, I don't know why we couldn't.
That's true.
Next trailer I have is Captain America, Brave New World. I'm gonna say I'm gonna say the same thing twice, but a little different.
Okay.
When we also talk about the Thunderbolts trailer.
Yeah.
I think the story of this... I'm nervous about the story.
Okay.
Is what I'm nervous about. But at the same time, I really like the trailer. And I guess I'll just say it now. Thunderbolts. Did not like the trailer. The second trailer. I think I'm really going to like the story.
Okay.
So they're inverse?
Yeah.
Kind of, yeah.
But, yeah, Brave New World, I'm just, I don't know. It looks so busy to me. I'm not really sure who the villain is.
There's gonna be 3.
Like, is Red Hulk gonna be a villain, or is it just gonna be that scene?
Yeah.
It looks like it's that scene.
Yeah.
My guess is, they'll fight, move on.
And then there's Giancarlo Esposito.
He's a first act problem that could be a third act problem if they choose to make him a third act problem again. But he'll deal with him, and then Giancarlo Esposito will be the primary villain.
But see, he's only there for the reshoots. He's not part of the whole production.
And then there's
unless they reshot an entire through line for the movie.
Then there's the whole
He's shot stuff before.
He was casted late.
Yeah.
He was like a late addition to the movie.
He was in the first trailer.
Which was like 3 years after the movie shot.
Well, but he was doing reshoots last...
No, that's when he got casted.
Last summer. Oh, yeah, I see.
He wasn't originally casted in this movie.
That's a good point.
They added him in the reshoots.
Yeah, that could be a challenge.
Then there's the entire section around the body of Tiamat, whatever his name is. The giant, that's
going to be like the opening scene or something.
Will it?
Probably.
It'll just be discussions of court with B-roll of the thing in the ocean.
Like, there's just feels like there's so much going on with it, but at the same time, like, I really like Anthony Mackie as Captain America.
Yeah.
I like his interactions with Harrison Ford.
I was gonna say I've really liked what I've seen of Harrison Ford, and just it's press. Well, it's not press time yet for it, but we've heard about Mackey's kind of talked about his relationship with Ford on set during this movie, and like I like the vibes I'm getting there. Mm-hmm. Like it seems like
their chemistry seems
they
like
have
good.
really good chemistry, even off of camera, and that tends to lend itself to great chemistry on camera. So I can get behind that, Luke, where it's like I'm not quite sure if I'm gonna love this movie, but I like what I'm seeing. It just might be doing too much.
Yeah,
I think I'm just excited for non-super powered heroes. I don't know. That's a weird way to put it, but like, Sam's just a dude.
Yeah.
And I'm just kind of excited for that because it just puts certain limits on what you can do. Mm-hmm. And I feel like lately everything Marvel's done, everything just gets so big. And that's not to say that this won't get big, but it's not going to be Sam going to space to fight a planet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, just you wait. When Tiamut wakes up in the third act, he's just going to be like,
Maybe Tiamut's the villain we just haven't quite figured out yet.
They had to
Barry
make some story changes after Eternals 2 got scrapped.
Yeah. They're like, we're just going to cram in Eternals to the back half of this movie. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
I also really like the tone of it. I feel like the tone is maintained really well through all the trailers and what we've seen, which is really nice.
Which is how I also feel about Thunderbolts.
No,
I haven't watched it. I haven't watched the second trailer. So, did they change the
Red Guardian is going to piss you off 100%.
Well, then I just won't watch it because I liked the trailer prior.
Cracking jokes the entire time, and I hate it. The first trailer was so good, and I was like, "We're gonna get this sad, throwaway superhero, anti-hero, villain team that's just forced to do this job." And then this one is, oh yeah, I want to serve the country. Well, what I used to be Captain America. Oh, shut up.
It's
dude.
so interesting.
I can't take
because they have.
Yeah, I did not watch this.
They have the playbook. James Gunn has given them the playbook with the Suicide Squad on how to do something of serious tone, but include
a ton of humor.
Instead, they're trying to copy Guardians of the Galaxy.
But it really does feel like a Guardians of the Galaxy thing, and I think it's just because this is a Marvel thing.
So I feel it had real "they're standing right behind me" vibes, aren't they?
Yeah.
I think somebody's gonna say that in the movie. Also, Taskmaster is dead. They're barely in the trailer. They're dying.
Yeah.
They're dying.
So they can give us the real one is going to be the theory that they're never going to give us.
No, I think it's just going straight to the garbage can.
Yep.
Like in all of the promo photos when they're showing like the team together, it's the 5. Taskmaster is never
not
there.
What I will say, I do think the action looks good. This is a ensemble film. You can get into a lot of fun action sequences.
Action looks great.
With ensemble that you look at something like Brave New World where it's one versus the world, right? One versus same with John Wick.
Is this the Brazil special look?
And they can make
yes.
One person versus an army interesting. At the same time, I think you can make even more interesting conflict, physical fights. When you're able to highlight different fighting styles and abilities all within one scene. So, fingers crossed that holds up. I think it'll be entertaining, but probably a lower tier Marvel movie. That's just my guess. But we'll see.
Like they're making jokes about their team name. We are called the Thunderbolts. No, we're not being called that. Okay, maybe put an asterisk on it. It's like, oh my gosh.
Wait, is that really why they chose to put an asterisk on it? It's from the joke in this.
Red Guardian makes the joke. And then I think it's Bucky is like, we're not gonna call ourselves that. And then they throw the asterisk on at the end. Just like, thank you for letting me know what the tone of this is going to be. I hated Red Guardian and Black Widow, and now I'm just going to have to deal with it again. Gosh dang it, dude. The first trailer was so good, and this, like, just flipped me on the movie. But I think the story is going to be good.
Yeah.
I have to be good in America. Get out of here.
What else we got?
This one was a surprise, and this one dropped today. We got a trailer for Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. I don't remember what number it is.
8.
Most anticipated movie of 2025? Question mark for Luke, maybe. Obviously Superman is up there, but
I mean,
is the Batman 2 next year as well?
No,
That's 2026.
Yeah. The last 4 Mission Impossible films have all just been banger after banger, right? Like even when a little bit like the Chiefs this season, even when they have an off game, even when it's like maybe not the strongest movie, it doesn't disappoint. Like
yeah, they're just all good.
They're all good.
I'd even throw 3 into that.
Yeah. Yeah, the last 4 have been all with the really like the same creative team right behind it. So like the first 3 were this kind of like
who directed 4? Is it Brad Bird?
That sounds right, actually.
That could be. I could see it.
That's Ghost Protocol?
Yes.
That was Brad Bird.
Brad Bird, okay.
That dude needs to direct.
He needs to do more live action.
Do more of that and less of Tomorrowland.
But yeah, this has exactly the same. I mean, clearly this was Dead Reckoning Part 2, and they needed a slight rebrand. So the Final Reckoning works well. It has a tone that it's continuing on from Dead Reckoning, which is your past is coming back to haunt you. Mm-hmm. It does have it plays that very nostalgia heavy line. I'm gonna assume that's more of a trailer thing than a movie thing. I'm not worried about it. I'm the guy who's always worried about nostalgia bait in movies. I think that's more of a trailer thing than a movie thing. Not that there won't be characters we know that there are characters from the past that are coming back, mm-hmm. but yeah, everything I'm seeing in this trailer is just fire.
Yeah, it looks so good.
Agreed.
I can't wait for the plane scene.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Tom
wild.
Cruise on a military or flying vehicle. Yes, please. I know it's gonna.
I kind of forgot about that Top Gun Maverick promo. So at the beginning of when you went to see Top Gun Maverick in IMAX on like opening weekend, they had him on the red plane or yellow plane or whatever, delivering him, thanking everyone for coming out, and then Chris McQuarrie comes flying in, and then they both like, we gotta get back to the film of the movie, okay.
Dude, I need them to make a cut of all these movies where they just don't take out, and they'll just take out the CGI and just let me see what's real.
It's a little bit like the that Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
Where it's like, just show us the behind the scenes stuff. It's dope.
I need to buy that 4K because it comes with the human cut.
Yeah.
I want to watch that.
But like, there's the scene in 5, where he's holding onto the outside of the plane.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just leave it in.
Just show us the wires.
Got all the buckles on it.
There's not even that it's, yeah.
When I tell you it won't destroy any realism of the movie, I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
It's still incredibly impressive.
Yep.
But, yeah, I can't. This is definitely one of my most anticipated for next year. I can't wait. So.
Agreed.
It's going to be fun.
Oh, man, dude. When they drop that next Bond, though, it's going up to the top of the list, too. That's going to be like 5 years, though.
They take their time with those.
Yeah, I think we had talked at one point, like, when do we think we get the next Bond? Not casting, but just like a
Update.
like a
Like
green
news?
light, like, hey, we're gonna do it. We're working on casting it now thing. Because we've not really gotten that, have we?
I
Like,
don't think they
there's
announce
been
it
some
until they have
groaning.
it cast.
They've had some groans of like, yeah, we're doing it.
Yeah.
Obviously. But they've not said anything really since then.
I imagine they're just trying to figure out what to even do.
I feel like every couple months we get like this director is in talks to like.
Yeah, there's a
Maybe.
lot of director rumors, and maybe that will be the next big announcement is who they're gonna have do it.
Yeah.
Christopher Nolan. Turns out Tom Holland is...
Christopher Nolan is coming back to franchises.
Turns out
He
Tom
made
Holland
three of the
and
greatest
Matt
Batman
Damon are
movies.
actually the Bond and the villain of the next Bond movie.
Baroque says, I'm still a little bummed I didn't get thrown out of my seat during the motorcycle jump in the 4D theater for Dead Reckoning. Can you imagine?
It
Whoa!
just launches you into a pad. It's like, oh.
The whole screen is just a giant foam pad.
Yeah,
And
it's
then
like one of
there's,
those air pads.
Foam blocks below
Yeah.
you, so you just...
That'd be awesome. What's next?
The last trailer I have is kind of a trailer. Stranger Things 5 to kind of announce... Their first trailer is always their list of episodes.
Yeah.
And that's what they released. So they have 8 episodes, and I'll just go through them real quick. The Crawl. So I'm expecting alligators in the basement.
Yep, absolutely.
The Vanishing of Blank, which is called back to the first episode. The Turnabout Trap. Sorcerer. That better be a heavy D&D episode. Shock Jock. Escape from Camazotz. The Bridge. And then the last episode is called The Right Side Up. So everything's going to end perfect and happy and happily.
No one's gonna die.
No one's gonna die.
Only 11's going to die. If anybody.
They're all gonna die.
She's going to have to sacrifice herself because she, being alive, is what keeps the upside down a reality.
No one's happy.
Her and Hopper will both die.
I'd rather Red Guardian die.
He might.
Like, in the first 2 minutes.
No, probably not.
Yeah, it's going to be tough.
Yeah, don't get your hopes up.
Taskmaster's
Taskmaster's gonna be the Slipknot of that movie.
Oh my
She's
gosh.
gonna they're gonna walk into that scene where they rescue Sentry,
Mm-hmm.
and he's just gonna be like, "I'm just gonna die."
That would be hilarious if she got killed by being slapped by Sentry but didn't die to a bomb.
Oh, good lord. All right.
Baroque says he'll sign whatever waiver is necessary for more aggressive 4D experiences. I will sign that waiver for you as well.
I like sitting in
Does
my
it
normal
does it come
chairs.
with an upcharge though? That's the question.
Yeah, that's true. If you sign the waiver, no.
Oh, okay.
Because you're like their crash dummy.
Yeah,
They're like
yeah.
testing things out.
All right, that makes sense. I'll be behind that.
They're just waterboarding you in a movie. It's like, jeez. You look over and the dude who's sitting next to you who signed the waiver is just being waterboarded. You're like, oh, this is not a pleasant movie going experience. Just pull out your cell phone, man. That'd be way better. This is so distracting.
Whoa, don't go that far.
Oh, okay. Somebody being waterboarded next to you is okay, but a cell phone's
That's
worse.
part of the movie experience that they signed up for. I didn't sign up.
But if they're
to
sitting
watch
next to
them
you,
be on their phone.
hey, I'd
Phones go in the pocket. They go on silent. Unwrap your snacks before the movie starts.
That's true. Please do that. Open them up
I'm
before.
amazed.
I am very much a open the plastic and pour it back in the box guy.
I
yeah.
sometimes, depending on what I buy, go a step further and I ask for a bowl.
To put it in.
Yeah,
Like one of the little boats.
yeah.
Yeah. Kind of just have a
But
boat.
when I saw Conclave, there was some old lady in the back who was pounding Werther's original.
That's awesome.
Just like every 5 minutes, you just hear, and those are like the loudest tin foil you could
I
find.
was say they're like those
Oh,
foil
yeah.
wrappers. Yeah.
Golly, man.
Yeah, that is so true.
That's what you get for seeing a movie for the 50 plus demographic.
Dude, I walked in and I was like, oh boy.
It's like when we went and saw Superman.
That had an average age way younger than what I...
Really?
Conclave, yeah.
That's awesome, actually.
Crazy.
Everybody in the Conclave showing was like old enough to be around when Catholicism started.
Jeez.
They're
They're like,
1,500 years old.
Yes, I was there when Paul created the church.
Jeez.
Oh,
That's
goodness.
incredible. I bet they
Well-
loved the movie. Technology's come a long way.
Dude, it's a good movie, though.
An
It's really good.
An experience you didn't have to leave your house to watch.
I want Conclave in 4D.
Was The Penguin.
I don't even know what that would be.
We got episode 8 this week.
Conclave in 4D would be randomly.
Are you just getting
get
baptized?
bread and wine. Like an employee movie that's like.
Say a quick prayer and keep watching.
It's a quick communion. Sorry, yes.
No, you're fine.
We all watched The Penguin.
We
The
did.
Penguin.
The Penguin?
Penguin?
Sorry, before we get into The Penguin, Brogue says, I'm not showing up to a Titanic re-release in 4D Extreme.
Neither would I,
To
'cause that
leave-
movie's terrible.
To leave bone dry.
Or would you leave dead? Frozen under the ice. They just drop like ice water on you.
They just put like a door in front of you, and like you know how those seats are like paired off.
Oh, it's just,
You have to
it's
choose if
just
the person
one
in your
door.
chair mate is gonna fit on the door with you.
It's just one door for the entire theater,
Yeah.
and they all fight for it.
Incredible.
Yeah. Anyways,
Titanic's garbage.
we all watched The Penguin this week, or the finale of The Penguin. We've been watching The Penguin, and have given a few updates here and there. But now that the finale is out, the season is complete. What did you guys think? How did it leave off? In terms of a spin-off series that's leading into the Batman Part 2. How did you guys feel about it?
I don't want to wait that long for the Batman 2.
I feel like they could make another spin-off in the time it's gonna take to release the Batman
Yeah,
2.
because they haven't even started shooting it yet. It hasn't even reached its like post-production delay yet.
Yeah.
It's not my favorite superhero show per se, but I think this is the best version we've gotten of a spin-off series that just feels seamless.
Yeah.
Like it went from the Batman and it didn't feel any different going into the Penguin.
I was gonna say
Like
that
if you
it's-
watched it, the Batman, and then as soon as
and then
that
just
ended,
jumped
started
right
Penguin,
into it.
you would not feel like you've missed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you wouldn't feel like there's a gap, or even visually.
I was just gonna say that this is like it's a wonderful is a strong word, because it's like it's obviously not wonderful in terms of the story it's telling, but I think it's a great story that does phenomenal world building. Like I think this is like a great world building tool for the Batman. Gotham had a very unique but still very Gotham feel in the Batman. And here is an opportunity for us to really explore Gotham from not the perch of the bat, but from the rats of the underground.
Yeah, so I want to read my letterbox
Yeah.
that I wrote because it touches on exactly what you're saying. So I just wrote, absolutely loved this. A great continuation of Reeves' Gotham, bringing us on the journey of Oz becoming the Penguin while shedding light on Gotham's darkest corners. The Penguin is fantastic. I can't recommend this enough. But like, we just get to see parts of Gotham that we often have heard about, or seen characters we've heard about, and we just get to see them more fleshed out. I won't say fully fleshed out. There's a
No.
few, but more fleshed out than we've ever gotten them. And it's a great addition. I think that's the best way to describe it. It's a fantastic addition.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if it would have... If this was first, right? Like, if the Batman didn't exist, I don't know if I would have jumped into it. And I don't know if it does what it needs to do to fully stand on its own. But I think because the Batman gives you a little taste of Oz and what the drops and with the drug activity, the criminal underground,
And how it fits into the families and
yeah. I think that because if it was just by itself, I do think I would have wanted more of the family drama, like the family dynamics. We get a lot with Sophia, and that's great. But like it's Sophia and Oz's show.
Yeah.
Like it's about that conflict. And that really works because we're talking about characters who we kind of know the established rank where they fall in the DC, the Batman universe, right? I can see someone, maybe who's not as into the comics or Batman coming into this and being like, well, it kind of felt a little like I didn't get enough of the Maroni stuff or the I could have used more about the and that's coming off of we get so much of that in shows like Game of Thrones where it's like here are all the family dynamics. I think we're just used to seeing that now. I like how streamlined it was.
Yeah.
I'm talking in a hypothetical sense. This is weird. I shouldn't be nitpicking a hypothetical, I suppose. I've seen some reviews that are like, it didn't really do enough for me. And that's where I'm thinking maybe it's just because it doesn't explore some of that and it's a little more streamlined. What I do think what we get is fantastic, though. I went on a rant. Sorry, not even a rant, just a ramble. Because I do love the show. Luke, why don't you give us a little more of what your thoughts are?
I mean, I agree with what you said. I'd say focusing on Oz and Sophia is good. And I think, honestly, Game of Thrones could have used a little bit of that to kind of counter that hypothetical.
Mm-hmm.
Because the problem that Game of Thrones has is you have no idea who anybody is.
In my prose, I wrote focus.
Yeah.
Because I like that.
Yeah.
It could have very easily gotten too stretched out, and it didn't.
And I think it helps that it's made to just be a season.
Yep.
And
it's
then
a
we
limited
can do the
series.
Batman 2, and then it's like, Penguin Season 2? Maybe.
Could be, but
Yep.
yeah.
If the characters are alive.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
But I think, focus. But at the same time, I'll say character focus.
Mm-hmm.
But I think one of my critiques would be we do the same thing a lot.
Sure.
Oz is caught and taken to Sophia. This character's caught and is taken to Oz. We're going here to make drugs. Get caught. Go to Sophia.
Yeah.
We're going to go here. Go to Sophia. Sophia's going... We do the same thing kind of over and over again.
Yeah.
And it's not bad because I think... Like, for instance, the second to last episode, there's a lot of flashback stuff. And if you would watch what the characters just do, nothing really changes. But if you pay attention to their characters, there's a pretty big shift in who Sophia is and what she decides to do.
Yeah.
And to the opposite of that, you learn that Oz is actually the worst person in the world.
Yes.
Yeah. True.
Correct.
So whereas, like, if you walk around a building and you start in the front door, you walk around the building, you enter the front door, yes, you're in the same place.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe you got punched in the face on the other side.
Right.
So you're not going to be the same.
They all have arcs, but they don't play out in the traditional hero arc, right? Like,
yeah.
And you kind of think maybe they might. Maybe there's someone here I can root for. Maybe there's someone who's likable. But that's just not how Gotham works. Gotham takes any of that out of you.
So I thought about Luke a lot.
I don't know. I thought Sophia was pretty likable.
I thought about Luke a
Maybe a
lot.
little distracted.
Before or after she did the...
Throughout,
okay.
Episode 1 to 8.
Luke said something a long time ago. This has been years ago.
Oh boy, I say a lot of stuff.
And I think this show does a good job of capturing that. And it's that, people talk about Batman just beating the hell out of people in Gotham, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, I can't remember what the context was, but like these are just people's livelihood. Like they're just trying to survive in Gotham.
Yeah, it's the only job they can get.
It's the only job they can get, right? And like I think Vic does a good job
Vic
of embodying that.
So
And it's
important to the story.
It's such a great like
Dude, his speech in the finale
so good.
Yeah.
was awesome.
It was great.
It's like, you gave these people jobs, Oz.
Yeah.
And you're just like, yeah,
But
yeah.
this is great.
It's just one of those moments like when you watch it, and I felt this way after watching the Batman, and I'm doubling down here. I just feel like Matt Reeves is so in tune with what Batman is, what Gotham is, and like his version of Gotham just feels so authentic to what Gotham was created to be in comic books.
Yeah. And I want to shout out, because I saw her name at the end of every episode,
Yep.
Lauren LaFranc,
Yep.
who is the lead writer, developer,
Showrunner. I think, yeah.
on this.
What else had she done? We might have looked this up before.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.,
Okay.
Impulse,
Don't know that one.
a part of Chuck, 2010 to
I like that show.
2012.
It was a good show.
Yeah, it was a good show. Hemlock Grove,
Don't know that one.
don't know that one.
I've heard of it. I've never watched it though.
Well, yeah, dude. I echo that. She was great.
Yeah. She did a really good job.
Is she the one who was also talking in the the post show docs?
Probably.
I didn't watch any of those. I should have. Shoot.
Oh man, they were so good.
I loved the one after episode 4 because I just felt like they shared so much about a lot of the choices they made.
I just feel like in these ones they did something different where I feel like they always talk to the creator and the actors.
Yeah.
And they do that in this, obviously, but also they're like, here's the set designer.
Mm,
Here's the costumer.
yeah.
Here's the composer. Here's actual script.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was shown. And obviously Matt Reeves too, but
Yeah, if you didn't watch them, or I'm going to listen to this now that I've finished it, but there is a
have the
podcast.
podcast.
I'm going to listen to those probably this week.
HBO does do a good job with their
Yeah.
supplemental podcasts. I've listened to the House of the Dragon and Game of Thrones ones.
Yeah, and while we're giving shout outs, or if we want to call them game balls at this point since it's sports season, Colin Farrell, Kristen Milioti, and Renzi Feliz are all three just phenomenal in this.
yeah. So that's Oz, Sophia, and Victor.
I assume that Colin
throw-
Farrell wins a lot of awards.
I would hope so.
Because, like, I kind of forgot how he sounded after, like, watching this show for so long.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, yeah,
oh,
that's
he
right.
He talks like this.
It's
You know,
like-
thick Irish accent.
Use. Yeah, like, when hearing him talk, like, in his normal voice, I was like, oh, shoot, yeah, I forgot. He does not sound like Oz.
I would also throw Oz's mom in there.
Yes, she was really good as well.
Deidre O'Connell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gosh,
Just-
dude.
Fantastic. And I
Yeah.
feel like that and just the I'll say the crappiness of Gotham carry the show.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah. Gotham as a character, really good.
Yeah. No, there's it's one of all of the characters, 99% of the characters you love to hate, right? Like they play the sleazebag, backstabbing, untrustworthy family member characters all so well.
And then there's one character you just feel bad for the whole time.
Oh yeah. But
Sophia.
Sophia.
I feel bad that she's not in my life.
Yeah.
What's the saying, Luke? Hurt people. She's just been hurt.
Hurt
Yeah.
me. No.
Oh, jeez.
Whoa, hey.
I do have one thing that is a pro and a nitpick for me.
Okay.
No mention of Bruce or Batman. I love that you don't feel like you need him. But I also kind of wish there was like a newspaper article or a newscast that said Bruce was injured or something. Because there's a lot happening.
There's a Batman thing in there.
At the very end.
Very end.
The very
like
last
the last
there's
shot of
a-
the whole thing.
Next
But it's
week
like-
on Dragon Ball Z.
But it's like, you know, especially when I think it's the end of episode 7 where there's the big explosion.
Yeah.
And it's
I was
like-
gonna say up until then I can
live without it,
I
yeah.
can live without it, and then it's like,
He would be there.
everything happens so, and I'm just not sure that the timeline is
Right.
totally after that, but like I can live without him.
Yeah, I can. Again, it's a nitpick.
Yeah,
It's not a
sure.
requirement. But like, even if you mention, oh, billionaire Bruce Wayne's hurt in a ski accident, it's like, okay, he's not there. Cool. You know, like just something tiny. Maybe it's just something you don't even notice. It's on a newspaper sitting in a shot.
Maybe you just didn't notice it.
Maybe.
Then it's on Twitter, like
Exactly.
10 days later, and he's like,
It's just kind of one of those things where, I don't know. I get it. Pattinson's expensive. But I watched the franchise get Christopher Nolan on screen this week. And Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
But you get what I'm saying.
I know. Yeah, I know. What you're
Like,
saying.
I don't know. It's a nitpick. I do love, though, that this stands on its own.
Could you have Bruce Wayne walking through the city council hallway, kind of a thing, and some reporter is Mr. Wayne, and it's just just some actor with the wig, right?
Yep.
And like,
or
it's
even
just him
like
walking through.
a newscast when they show the newscast of the East Side after everything,
Yeah.
and they're all watching it, and it's like billionaire Bruce Wayne sending funds or whatever to families, or just anything to say that he's addressing it.
Yeah,
because I feel like that's one of those moments that Bruce / Batman definitely would have done something.
Flip side of that.
I also have a flip side to that.
Flip side to that is, I feel like we can be overly critical when Bruce pops up in something
for sure.
we don't like. When he pops up in The Joker, and it's like, did we need them to mention Bruce Wayne?
Yeah, no, exactly.
And so I think I tend to, I understand it's a nitpick. I don't disagree. I don't think it's a bad nitpick. I'll err on the other side and say, I think I'm okay with, this being a quick enough time. Like, if this was a year later.
The turnaround,
turnaround, like, it's just such a quick thing that.
Again, it was on my pro list too.
Yeah.
So.
No, you're fine. What was your flip side?
It's a hypothetical.
Okay.
But it's in my headcanon.
Yeah.
What else is going on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe something else he's investigating, and he just can't be in multiple places.
We're focused on one
singular moment.
And one main area, right? Like, the idea is, like, all of these crime families will maybe do have access to all of Gotham, but really the majority of the action is happening in, what was it, Crown Point or something like that?
Yeah, the East Side.
And maybe that's just, they know they've been able to get away with laying low there in the past. It's not,
Yeah, it's not on his radar.
not on the Batman's radar. I don't know.
Or he's still in the hospital. Heck, he got shot.
That's what I'm saying. Like, even just mention it. Like, hey, he's hurt.
Alfred, they need me. Oh.
But no, I mean, there's plenty of reasons, and I'm sure like the Batman 2 is gonna start, and we're gonna be like, oh, well, that's where Bruce was.
Yeah.
Like we'll know immediately, right? And that's fine.
I think there was some really cool small cameos though in the show. Throughout.
Yes.
Like, we got the police
sure.
chief.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
We got Rial in the finale.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
She had her sling. Good continuation. So
Yeah.
glad they didn't forget she got
She got
shot. But yeah, that was nice.
Yeah. Overall, like, it was just incredibly well done, like, produced at the highest level.
Yeah, it was way better than I expected it to be.
Yeah.
Honestly, like I thought it would be good. It's Matt Reeves. He's pretty meticulous. Like when he writes, and that was my other pro is writing. I did think it was pretty well written. Mm-hmm. From a character standpoint, and I thought the overarching story and arcs for each character were really good.
Also, just begs me to ask, like, what spin-off do they want to do next?
Yeah, I think that's one of the big questions. I wouldn't be shocked if it's Catwoman.
Zoe Kravitz is as well, but I guess Colin Farrell's expensive, so.
I would want to see what characters are involved in the next chapter.
Yeah.
Like, is Harvey Dent gonna be a character in the next one?
Harvey Dent. Can he be trusted?
I saw a really cool thing on Threads. It was like, who better than Harvey to teach Bruce how to have both faces? And I was like, yeah, that could be fun for the second movie. And then just have his show, like you're saying.
Thomas Elliott. Is that his name?
Oh, yeah.
Like when he pops up, we just get. Everybody's always saying we'll get Hush. What if we like got a Hush show?
And it's just Thomas Elliott.
That would be a dark freaking show.
That would be so
And I'm not like.
And the Penguin's pretty dark.
Dude, what if they...
There's so much murder in this show, guys.
What if it's an 8-episode show, what if the last 3 episodes they paid Pattinson for?
Don't tempt me with a good time.
You know what I mean, though? Like,
Hey, if Zaslav
if they go that route,
can consolidate a few things,
interesting.
Don't bring him into this.
he'll make it happen.
Let's not give him any
We
credit
want him
here.
distracted and away from all the business decisions. Man, we're talking dark here. Like, the show was dark through 6 episodes. Then the last 2 were just like... okay.
Have you
And
seen
maybe we'll talk spoilers later, but... I don't know. The show ended, and I was just like... If this is the Penguin, who is clearly the worst person on the planet, what is the Joker like?
Yep.
Right.
Does it make you more open to seeing Reeves' interpretation of the Joker?
It does, but it has to not be the next movie. It has to.
I can't imagine they're going Joker without. That would have been that secret would have gotten out already. I think he'll be in it, but I don't think he'll be the main focus.
I just want them to make the gap as big as possible.
Yeah.
I know it's been a while since we've had like a live action Batman and Joker
thing. Yeah.
Interact. What, 2016?
What, Gotham show?
No. Suicide
I
Squad.
guess, yeah, that's true.
But like,
I kind of forgot that movie existed.
like make the gap as big as you can.
Yeah.
And Joker's the the ultimate villain of Batman.
Yeah.
Well, why not use him in the last one? He's been in the first movie for
2 seconds.
the opening. Tim Burton Batman. He was in the second one for Nolan. Let's do him in the third for Matt Reeves.
There you go. I like it.
But I honestly think if they do a movie with Keegan's Joker, I think it will be an R-rated Batman movie.
It's probably gonna have to be.
That'd be crazy.
I think they'll kind of want to go for it.
I'm just from a business perspective. I don't know how you justify that. What do you compare it to? Like,
Like, what do you mean? Like, what do I?
how do you go to an executive and be like, or a group of executives and be like, I want to make this $250 million Batman movie R-rated.
I would
the same way Todd Phillips did.
Which bombed.
The first one didn't.
They don't.
That also didn't cost $250 million.
It also didn't cost. Yeah,
it cost
that's
like
true.
40. But still, like, if you have 2 movies with a great run, a series that's getting the praise the Penguin is, another series in between it, that's 4 projects that have gone exceedingly well. Assuming
Assuming it goes well.
You have 4 projects that have gone extremely well under Matt Reeves' eye. And
I mean,
Gunn
maybe.
Gunn is willing to do it. If he's willing to do it, obviously. Him and Safran have to greenlight that.
Maybe.
I mean, he's going to push for the creative. Gunn is.
Yeah.
Safran's going to be the guy who has to push back.
Yeah.
You should say this. I don't think you need to.
No.
I just feel like it's something Batman directors always want to do.
And they never get the green light.
But, know what I would show them? I would show them Deadpool and Wolverine.
That is a very different tone. It's a very different R-rated tone.
It's R-rated.
Got butts and seats.
And Batman is one of the most popular characters ever. So, like,
I don't think.
I'm
I
not
don't think.
I'm not saying it
Gen
will work.
Zers aren't running out to watch the billionaire beat up anyone anymore.
I am.
I'm not saying it'll work. I'm thinking like a marketer. And it's, look at this C-level character.
Yeah.
Partner with a A-level character or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's
High B, low A.
R-rated. It's from what I hear, not that good of a movie.
Oh yeah, you haven't seen it.
And it made
I forgot he hadn't seen it.
Made $1.5 billion. And they can't go, we have critically acclaimed movies. I'm assuming the second one is also going to be good. But we have a critically acclaimed director, team.
How much did the Batman make?
I think it was around 800. The most popular character in all of comic book history, maybe second to Superman. And you just go, can we go for it? You just gotta ask.
Yeah, and if they say no, they say no.
Yeah, worldwide was 765. It's good.
What was its budget?
Where is that?
That was one. It was $1 billion. It lost money.
Where do I see budget here? Further financial details. Not available.
I would also push for, like, I don't even know why I'm defending this so much because I don't even want it to be R-rated. But like,
The sake of argument.
just I'd be like, we can go more mature with it. We can make an Oscar.
185 to 2 million. 185 to 200 million.
Oh, that's not as bad as I thought.
So,
But it will always go up.
Yeah, for sure.
yeah, no, I just don't think you can point at Deadpool and Wolverine as a useful case study. People will go see R-rated movies. That's not the thing. People don't go see R-rated prestige in the same way that they go see R-rated happy fun comedy
So what would
slapstick.
you
I would
use
also
as more...
throw Joker out.
I was
again,
gonna
though.
say, could you use Joker then? Because I think vibes wise, that's as close as you're gonna get.
But I think Joker was compelling for different reasons than what you would get with a Batman 3 the Joker. I don't know. Yes, that is probably what I would quote too.
Yeah.
I would say, look, you can make it work.
Right.
An executive's flip side to that is, what the hell happened to Joker 2?
Right. But this
Clearly
is
it didn't work enough.
You know what I would say after that? Don't worry, this Batman won't be a freaking musical.
This isn't Todd Phillips. Yeah.
Also, I'm Matt Reeves.
So, I don't know.
Oppenheimer. That's Nolan. Made $976. Holy crap! The Matrix Reloaded in 2003 made $741 million.
Good lord.
Jeez.
The Matrix. I don't think we really remember how big of a hit The Matrix was.
That is mind
Ooh.
blowing.
The Matrix was like the Avatar.
Another movie. Logan is another good one.
That made 619.
Established hero
Yeah.
that everybody loved, and they decided in the last movie they were going to go the R-rated route. Actually, Logan might be the best case study for it.
Yeah, it might.
It may be.
I
honestly.
do think it
long
has,
lineage. It's got all the same kind of.
I'm not sure it has as long. Like in terms of Batman is different than Wolverine
Yes.
because Wolverine is Hugh Jackman, and you have Hugh Jackman. I understand that Pattinson is a name.
But it's Batman.
I don't think people care as much about that as they do like and when you're comparing Batman to Wolverine and
But you're
Pattinson to
comparing
Logan.
Batman to Hugh Jackman.
Yeah, Hugh
That's the
Jackman is a
comparison.
huge movie star.
But that's the comparison you have to make.
Sure. So
when you're doing
yeah.
the study.
You instead of saying, well, yeah, it's Pattinson. We understand that there are revisions of there are different versions of Batman,
Right.
but like it's Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why did Joker make $1 billion?
I don't know, man.
The movie came out and just like ruined my life. F you, Joker.
Why did it ruin your life?
Because it's not that good.
Oh, I like it.
I don't. It's not that you like it. It's that people kept going to see it when it's fine.
When it's just fine.
Even if you loved that movie, like
You know what other
Is that a
movie?
movie you want to see multiple times?
You know the other movie I really like? Taxi Driver. Same vibes. Same movie.
Same movie.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
I watched that one with Ian. I came home from work one night and he's like, dude, I'm watching Taxi Driver. You want to watch it? And I was like, sure.
I think I
I watched it and I was like, oh my gosh.
I feel like
this is like the darkest thing ever.
After the podcast is wrapped, I'd need to do like a film history studies course with you two, where we watch just like the classics.
The classics.
I think I watched Joker and everybody's like, this is just Taxi Driver. And it's like, okay, well then I guess I'm not going to watch Taxi Driver because I didn't like this one.
You'd like it more because
You'd
it's
like
not
it
Joker.
more. Yeah.
Probably.
It also has
I think it's just
a lot
not
better
anywhere to
elements.
watch too, so I just haven't.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, Taxi Driver has a lot different elements. Anyways, The Penguin, awesome. Should we give an impression review rating?
It's a solid
rating
fanboy
spoilers?
worthy for me. I think we skip on spoilers. It's already 9:00.
If you haven't watched it, don't watch Colin Farrell's interview.
It's like the final episode's only been out for a day.
Yeah. Colin Farrell talked about that day on set when they shot that scene, and he was like,
That scene.
yeah, everybody was kind of like, it was kind of a weird vibe on set. And I also love, like, after the second episode when you're kind of rooting for Oz, he came out and he's like, trust me, you'll hate me by the end of this. Like, he was like, you won't like me. And I was like, oh man,
Yeah.
I hate this show already, but I love it. Yeah, I'll give it a super duper strong fanboy worthy.
I also did a fanboy worthy.
Nice.
Which is the best, because I don't think it's required to watch this if you enjoy the Batman movies.
Yeah.
Like, you can probably just watch the Batman if you're like, well, Penguin was okay. I didn't really care about his character. I'll just wait for Batman 2.
Great.
Probably be fine.
You'll be fine.
The only thing you'll miss is where he is now.
Where Oz is now. Yeah. Yeah. But even at the end of Batman, a little like that.
It's definitely implied.
It's just implied that like the families are in turmoil, right?
Yep.
And so like, oh well, just off screen, someone rose to prominence, right? Like,
it's like, oh man, they're in turmoil, and then Batman 2 starts, and it like tells you where they are, and you're like, oh, okay, I guess.
I can see it. I don't even think it needs to be that on the nose. Sorry, that's a Penguin joke.
Yeah.
Because he's got a nose. Anyways, yeah. Final thoughts, Luke? You good?
Nope, can't talk about it.
Okay. Luke's got spoilers he wants to talk about, but I said no.
We'll talk about it after the show.
All right. I went to go see Heretic this weekend.
Jealous.
In theaters.
I think this movie looks awesome.
Hugh Grant is
Did
our...
he piss off Rebecca Ferguson in this one?
He's a good guy in this one, right?
It's starring against opposite of Sophie Thatcher and Chloe East. All three of them have fantastic chemistry. There is a weird another name in there that I was not expecting to see.
Kumail Nanjiani.
Topher Grace.
Oh.
Honestly, I feel like I was kind of close.
Right? No, you said that. I was like,
not as far off as...
Not as far as you thought. He's just like a tertiary character who is...
Is he a producer?
No.
He's probably like a cop looking for people.
The story is about these two
LDS.
girls who are part of the Church of Latter-day Saints, who are going around. The movie opens with them going around to different people, trying to they're on their mission, so they're trying to talk to people about their church, and at some point they get trapped somewhere. Not really spoilers. It's Hugh Grant. He traps them.
Yeah, it's in the trailer.
It's in the
pretty
trailer.
Clear.
But Topher Grace is like an elder who is trying to find them throughout.
So kind of right.
So you're kind of right, yeah.
LDS cop.
Yeah. That's the movie we need.
There's-
Sequel to Velocipaster.
There's
Oh my
not
gosh.
much I'm going to be saying about the film in terms of like what is happening, because it's all very fun to watch unfold. It's very unsettling. It's very well thought out. It's incredibly well written.
This is A24, right?
Yeah.
You said unsettling, so I just assumed.
Yeah. And you just think it does that thing where, like, a couple times in the film, it looks back on itself and it's like, hey, did you see these things? Did you catch these clues? Da 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 da. And you're like, oh no, how did I miss that? Or you're like, I knew it, and it gives you that really like cathartic sense of participating in the storytelling.
Oh, that's cool.
It's not openly holding your hand, but it makes you feel good about
what you do know.
What you do know, but it doesn't make you feel dumb. It makes you feel excited about, oh, I missed that. How did that? Oh,
that's kind of cool.
It is very much a movie about religion, and I don't know if it's probably not the right term, but like deconstruction / faith versus doubt. Hugh Grant's character, Mr. Reed, is someone who has spent a lot of time and energy on studying world religions. And so he's very knowledgeable.
Huh.
And so they're intellectual debates that happen back and forth, especially at the beginning of the movie, are pretty fun, but they get very dark very quickly, especially when all of a sudden these two girls are trapped in this house against their will, right? Like, because he's never that physically threatening, right? Like, that's not... He's here to play mind games. Mm-hmm. And then it dives into, Luke, what's your thing about how every A24 movie ends?
It's either the saddest thing you've ever seen or there's a demon.
So it goes down one of those two paths.
I'm assuming it's the saddest. They all hug it out and they become really close family and
real
forgive each other.
BFFs, yeah, at the end.
No, I'm assuming there's like a 19-fingered thing
Whoa.
down there, and it's like,
so, but yeah, it does a good job of, despite it practically being in one location, right? They're always in the house. They kind of have levels where they're going, like each room is really its own set.
That's cool
for this piece, like for this part of the conversation, and the longer it goes, the further down underground and
it sounds like a super dialogue heavy movie too.
It is,
yeah.
which is why like performance is key, and I think all three of the leads kill it. They play their characters wonderfully.
Topher Grace is the demon.
That's the twist. Can neither confirm nor deny.
He definitely was in Predators.
So,
haven't seen Predators?
Recently?
At all?
I've seen it. My
Which
head
one was
doesn't
that?
remember it much.
I feel like I have watched it.
It was the Predator movie where they're on a prison planet.
Maybe I didn't watch that one.
And there are 3 Predators?
It's the second best Predator movie.
Okay.
There's 3 of them, right?
There might only be 2. It had the famous clip in the trailer where, what's his name? He was the pianist. Shoot. Anyway, he's like holding his gun, and there's like...
Is this the Adrian Brody movie?
Adrian Brody, yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
And like he's standing in the forest, and he's got like 19 Predator
like lights
lasers on him.
Yeah.
In the movie, it's 1. That movie's awesome.
Yeah, I haven't seen it in a long time, but I have seen it.
In the voodoo.
So,
It's in the voodoo.
I just want to shout out. This is by written and directed by Scott Beck and Brian Woods.
What have they done prior?
Yeah, well, they wrote A Quiet Place.
Oh, okay, cool.
The first one, who directed by John Krasinski.
Yep.
And I think he has some story credits as well, but they were the primary writers on that. They also did 65 from like last year or 2 years ago.
You hated that.
I did. That movie
much?
is awful. I stand by that.
Oh yeah, that's the
with Adam Driver
movie
and dinosaurs. Yeah, horrible. But like, what a comeback!
Yeah, way to bounce back.
Way to bounce back.
It ain't about how you start; it's how you finish.
That's right. They also have one that's called Haunt, which I have not seen, and I don't know. It's on streaming on Prime and Tubi.
Okay.
But it looks like maybe it was their first kind of
Project?
Maybe not even their first. I mean, they have some other writing credits, but yeah.
Oh, no wonder it's good. It has Walton Goggins in it.
I really enjoyed this.
Good. I remember when the trailer came out, I was pretty fired up about it.
Yeah.
I really want to get out and go see this one.
I do think this could fall apart with like the wrong casting, and so like
Well, yeah, if it's
I've talked about how like sometimes I think like I'm gonna eat my words here from before, where I was a little miffed that like casting directors get Oscars before stunt people, but like this is another great example of casting directors doing their job to like a phenomenal level that really makes a movie work.
Is this I'm at personal question.
Yeah.
Is this a movie you think I'd like?
Yeah, I think it's a movie you'd both like.
Cool.
So
the trailer to this is super intriguing to me.
Yeah, it's not a horror. I mean, in A24 films, a lot of times you will get the horror vibe in the trailers, and we'll be like, it's probably not that scary, and it's not scary in a horror way. It's scary in the thriller, unsettling, what the F is going on kind of way. So.
I'll never trust you with your definition of horror and thriller, man.
What did I say wasn't horror that was?
You guys always talk about how it's not a horror, it's a thriller. And it's like, well, it can be both.
Sure.
Because, like, if you'd be like, it's a thriller, Mission Impossible is a thriller. It's an action thriller. And so I don't trust your definition of horror a lot of the time. So.
What do
you
you
want to ask me how many
Men?
jump scares there are? Men is weird.
Yeah, like...
Men's probably... Honestly, Men is probably body horror.
Is it same level of horror, though? Like...
As Men?
Scariness, I'd say. Because I don't think Men is scary at all. I think Men
but it's grotesque.
Maybe you should ask the women of this country.
But I think Men is, like... As body horror or body scary as it is, I more so feel it's super just unsettling. Like as you're kind of watching the layers be pulled back.
Yeah.
And it sounds like this is kind of the same way. As the layers start to come down, like the walls start to come down on each little thing, it gets
I don't think
more
it's
and more unsettling.
It's not as grotesque as Men.
I wouldn't expect much is.
Yeah, well...
That movie's
I've seen some clips from The Substance, and...
Yeah, I've heard some things. I kind of want to watch that movie, but...
Yeah, me too, actually.
I've heard that movie's a comedy.
I've heard it's super good.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, probably at the end of the day, yeah, it falls into a unsettling horror category.
I like it.
Of genre, but I think it's a really solid fanboy worthy. I really, really enjoyed it.
Cool. I'm looking forward to checking it out.
Yeah.
HBO Max has that whole A24 catalog that they fill up, and I'll probably wait for that one there.
Sweet.
Maybe I'll get Dana to watch it with me.
Ooh, there you go.
She won't watch that. You mean it's about religious people? Well, kind of. Yeah, no, I don't want to watch it. Okay.
Well, there's a complete opposite movie also about religion in theaters right now. So.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, what a great counter-programming, I suppose. It's like, I don't want to watch Conclave, but I'll watch Heretic.
Horror LDS or thriller Catholicism.
Beautiful. Should we get into some news?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's start with the sad stuff first. Tony Todd passed away over the weekend. If you don't know who Tony Todd is, you've probably heard his voice. He was Candyman. Mm-hmm. He was most recently, I believe, Venom in Spider-Man 2.
Yeah.
He was Zoom's voice in the Flash television show.
Yeah.
He has been kind of everywhere, and he's definitely speaking of horror legend. People really liked him. He was very well known to also be a great dude at Comic Cons and was always willing to go the extra mile for fans, and he'll be missed, man.
Yeah.
Sad.
Yeah.
Sucks. We're reaching that age where the actors and stuff we grew up with are getting old.
He's
So.
great in The Rock. I love The Rock.
Good movie.
What else you got, Tyler?
Much happier news, I suppose. Ice Age 6 is officially in production.
Oh yeah, what a interesting announcement to get this weekend.
Yeah, I was like, oh, okay.
I
don't think I've seen any after the second one.
Well, yeah, okay, yeah, and there have been like 4 or 5 more.
I hope there would be 5 if they're doing 6.
Oh, is this number 6? Yeah, you're right. Sorry.
There's only 4, but we're doing number 6.
Well, I think there may have been a TV show in there too at some point.
There's been a lot of stuff.
Scratch show. Ice Age show,
Well, I know there was a Scratch like shorts thing that they did.
Yeah, I'm really curious what direction they're taking this.
It's like a new reintroduction at this point, I would say.
Well, and like the animation studio is going to be different because that was all Blue Sky, right? Yeah. And they're gone. So are we getting a more
maybe they'll
Disney style?
What if they do
animation? Are we doing like Wild Robot or like the
Puss in
Painterly?
Boots?
Yeah, Puss in Boots.
That'd be cool. It'd be weird.
I
cool.
I think there's a real opportunity there to kind of redefine these characters for the next generation.
But DreamWorks is also now outsourcing all their animation after the Wild Robot. So
yeah,
who knows? Every movie they make from now on could be totally different.
Could have a very different feel.
Although I hope they keep the Wild Robot team together for the second one that they've already greenlit.
Yeah. Yep. No, an unexpected story, that's for sure.
Yeah. DreamWorks is like, we got Wild Robot money now. Let's make it happen.
Like $150?
Yeah. Did that not make any money?
I don't think it did that.
It did well enough to get a sequel.
I was like, they greenlit a sequel like immediately. They were like, yeah, we're doing it.
Here, we'll look it up. We have the technology.
Maybe Ice Age 6 should be R-rated.
What's your case study? Deadpool Wolverine.
No, what's that food movie?
292.
Sausage Party.
292.
Oh wow, that really didn't make that much money.
More than it's on the high end of expectations.
That's good.
Made more than Transformers 1.
I love the Wild Robot. I've not seen Transformers 1.
I haven't seen Wild Robot yet.
Both are good movies.
Yeah. I believe that.
Its production budget, the Wild Robot's production budget was $78 million.
Oh, that's pretty good then.
So, yeah.
Not too shabby. I got more stuff.
Yeah, go for it.
Multiversus was a $100 million hit for Warner Bros. Games. That's negative. Not good.
Yeah, not like a positive.
Not a positive
like, that's
hit.
a hit. It's like that's a hit on our pocketbooks.
Better luck next time.
Yeah.
Thanks for trying.
It went the way of every brawler game ever outside of Smash Bros.
It is fascinating to me. I think this era of video game production is going to be studied in the future, right? Looking back as like how many people tried to hop on things too late. Like all of these giant corporations or media groups are just throwing money at and hoping that something will be the next big hit versus I think developers just creating something that they truly believe in and like is new and refreshing and like has its niche and one of those things catches fire and becomes the next big thing.
Oh, it's weird. It's happening at the same time as this AI renaissance. Is there any connection?
Definitely not.
You don't think AI is going, make a Smash game?
Did you not see my super sarcastic?
No, I was looking up at the Indominus Rex up there on the wall.
Baroque in the chat says, "Have any of you played Like a Dragon? This game is absolutely bonkers."
I've not.
I have
but I've
not
seen
played
stuff.
it, but the titles and stuff.
Is this the pirate one?
No, that
He's
one comes
playing?
out next year.
Oh.
But Like a Dragon, pirate Yakuza in Hawaii or whatever. Yeah, no, they release like one game a year, and apparently they're all really, really good. But no, I've not played them.
I haven't either.
I know you can do like kart racing in them, and all kinds of
I'm
weird
pretty sure
mini
you
games.
can literally do anything you want
Yeah,
in those games.
it's nutso. Macaulay Culkin is joining Fallout Season 2.
Nice.
Yeah.
This is really cool. It's kind of fun.
In what episode is he going to do this?
Literally, when you meet him, I bet that's what he does. I have not. I've dabbled in Mass Effect, but a series at Amazon has been announced.
Okay. This was everywhere this week. I could have sworn this was announced like a year ago.
Yeah.
Or am I crazy?
I don't remember this being
I
announced.
don't remember this being
But-
announced.
I feel like every time we're talking about like, oh, there's so many video games being announced as movies, and Mass Effect was always one that came up.
I don't think so.
Am I just? Oh my gosh! I think
Mandela
Maybe you had
affected
maybe
in
you
real
had a
time.
premonition.
You had the Mandela effect in real time, dude.
prophecy is not my spiritual gift, guys.
But the writer attached to this is what's intriguing to me. But after the Scott Beck thing, maybe there's hope. The writer from Fast and Furious 9 is attached to write.
Why is this bad?
Which one's 9?
The last. Oh
That's the
no.
one they went to space
Ooh,
with John Cena. The first John Cena one.
gotcha.
This
I
is
think-
just bad for Brett. Let's be honest. Luke is
Which
hyped.
double makes it better.
Yeah,
for
Luke-
us.
I just think it's a weird pairing.
Yeah.
Like that's my thing because I didn't. When I think of a
Didn't
Mass
we talk
Effect,
about we talked about someone getting a show or a movie that was like a Battlestar Galactica writer for like
God of War.
15, yeah, right? And it's like, what an interesting switch. Like, it would have made more sense to me if that writer was
doing
like
Mass Effect.
was
Yeah.
the showrunner, the director, the writer of Mass Effect, and
Well, I just don't think of and again, having not beat Mass Effect,
Great games, man.
I just don't think of it as like an action thing. I don't know why. Like it doesn't.
it's a movie though, right? Like it's not. We're not talking about a series. We're talking about.
It's a series.
Oh, it is a series. Okay. Well, so there is room. I think it fits.
I know there is action in the game,
Sure.
but like
There's tons of action in there.
okay,
So-
like it's
It's a shooter.
big. Oh yeah, I've played a little bit of it, but it just and maybe it's because it's older and feels slower paced.
And this is the showrunner, right?
This is the writer.
Yeah, but it's a show, so there's gonna be a writer's
There will be a
room.
bunch. Yeah, I think it'll be fine. I don't know enough about Mass Effect
Sure.
to care all that much.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
This is cool.
I think it's cool that it's being like made because I've heard the story for Mass Effect is what makes it so great. So.
Yeah. I'd say the hardest part is it's a BioWare game, and
It's all about
like classic
choice.
BioWare, it's
Yeah.
a lot of choice.
Yep.
It's if I don't do this side mission, this character might die.
Yeah.
And in Mass Effect 2 and 3, it takes your save file and it continues that story.
Right.
So my story is different than your story.
And their story is different from our story.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's that'll be the thing. What story do they choose to tell? What version of Shepard will they go with? Will they make him? What is it like when you're bad? Is it Paragon? They won't make him bad. But.
Do they stay away from that kind of a thing
Right.
overall? Because it's like, well, we don't want to.
Will they do a male or a female Shepherd? I assume they'll have people read for both and make that
Have we
decision.
confirmed that it's a Shepherd story? Like,
No, that's not.
that's
confirmed.
my guess would be that they just stay away from Shepherd.
And just tell a story
just-
within that universe.
Yeah.
That seems risky.
I don't think so.
Oh, because Master Chief went over so well.
Very different.
Very, very different.
But is it though?
Yes.
Because Master Chief, you have a definitive way that Master Chief is. He's been portrayed one way, and you can't nail that. And with Shepard, there are a million variations of Shepard. How do you make
which
anyone...
is why it works, because you can just make it their own.
It's
Maybe.
like the D&D movie. Honestly, like everybody has their version of D&D.
Have you seen the internet?
Yes, everybody loved that movie. Everybody, except for the people that didn't see it.
Okay.
The other thing with Master Chief is
Do I drink?
I feel like I'm fighting you guys for no reason today. I don't know why.
here's the problem with Master Chief and why that show sucked.
Not me. I'm in the middle here. But I'm very confused by this comment. Go ahead.
This is why Master Chief sucked.
Yes, Baroque.
They took Master Chief, the vehicle for storytelling, to watch the story of other characters, and they made him the main face of the show. And that was kind of like off the beat of the show. It already broke what people knew. Whereas Shepard will just be a character, and they can make it how they want. There's really no attachments. It's just... We're going to find Ashley, we're going to find Caden, we're going to go fight the Reapers.
I think if they try to capture the same... Tone isn't the right word, but I'll say balance of characters as they do in The Expanse, I think they'll be fine.
Fallout.
Oh, yeah, Fallout will
Fallout.
work too. You have multiple storylines going.
Storylines. And it was a new character. It was a new, like... what's it? Year? Area?
I think what allows
setting,
them to
I
use
guess.
Shepard mostly is just that like everybody's Shepard is different based on their choices.
Except mine.
So.
I went with the default look. When I made my character, I didn't change him at all.
Well, I just more meant like the
Yep.
story choice,
Yeah.
all that stuff. It's all different for everybody, so I think that allows them to take whatever liberties they want.
Sure.
But either way, I mean, for Mass Effect fans, this is cool. I assume people are pretty excited. I'm interested. Like, I think this is neat. More game things getting adapted is... We're seeing a lot more of it now than we ever have, I feel like. Last thing I have, this is also being adapted, but Death Stranding Shadow launched on Xbox this
Heck
week,
yeah, baby.
which
Yeah,
was
what a
really
weird
cool.
announcement.
Coolest part of this, Kojima takes ownership of Death Stranding.
Heck yeah, baby.
This was 5 years to the day of the exclusivity on PlayStation. So that must be the length of their deals. It's
Yeah.
5 years. So if you're an Xbox person who's been waiting for Final Fantasy VII, just look at that date and see if it's been 5 years.
This is one of my favorite games ever. So I would love if you have an Xbox.
And it's
And
$20 right now.
You've never had the opportunity to even play it. I would strongly recommend you try it. It's unlike any other game.
They launched it at 50% off, which is
Yeah.
really cool.
It's only as much of a walking simulator as you want it to be, really.
Yeah, you
You
can.
can just deliver mail, or you can go on the most wild roller coaster of a story ever created in video games. And it's going to be an A24 movie, baby. Let's
Dude,
go.
I'm still so curious who's going to direct that.
Probably Kojima.
That'd be cool.
His first ever movie.
Be crazy.
He's big into the movie world. Like, he loves it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I think he would.
He likes
of the most-
Joker.
I
He likes
think
Joker too, though.
I
He's a
think
fan.
he'd jump at the chance. I'm just not sure if... Is that the...
Like, logistically, would he know how to even do that? I mean,
Yeah, I don't know.
I feel like that would just be such a big... Because, like, in video
A very
games, you have
big leap.
so much time, right?
Yeah.
And, like, in a movie, you just don't have that.
Yeah.
So, I just don't know. Because he's going to need a pretty strong group of writers to help kind of pair that story into something that works.
Yeah.
Based on what I've heard and what Luke said. Like, it's insane.
Yeah.
So,
I think it will be insane when they try to fit that entire story into one movie somehow.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. They
It'll
gotta
be
pare it down.
A24's first and last mistake. With a giant IP.
Baroque, when we were talking about Mass Effect, said we have to fight the Reapers with the power of family. I'm on board for that scene. Vin Diesel shows up in the Challenger, or in the Charger, with a shotgun. It's like,
Flying
yes, I've
through
been
space.
waiting.
Real quick, I've got a couple stories. Simon Kinberg is
Oh,
signing
yeah.
on to
I
write
forgot
Star
about this.
Wars movies.
A trilogy?
supposedly it's a trilogy that's not connected to.
I remember when that
main-
trilogy was going to happen. I wonder if this one will go the same way.
Who knows? I mean,
Hopefully not.
he has a track record of at least getting films made, right? Like,
Yeah.
I'd say he's a good producer. I would not say he's a good writer. I saw Dark Phoenix.
yeah. I don't know.
It earned the title of... Well, it has the option to win the title of worst written superhero movie.
I think, like you're saying, getting
Or
things
at least
made,
X-Men movie.
being on his like thing. Maybe he's one of those guys, kind of like Michael Bay, who's always under budget.
I just kind of
Does-
I feel like what they've been doing is like, hey, here is a Patty Jenkins. She is this auteur who made a franchise film, and now we're gonna Taika Waititi. Same thing, like small indie filmmaker made one. Well, now he's made like 3 franchise films, right? But like he could we're bringing on people to fit into the cogs of the machine who aren't as familiar with the machine. Here is
I see.
someone who knows how the sausage is made, is fine with how the sausage is made.
Sausage.
Let's cut him a
is-
check and get him to make these movies.
Get him at least to script us 3 movies that we can rewrite, right? Like, that's what we always talk about when it's like, okay, what's our next project? Well, we have all these ideas. Ideas aren't makeable.
Right.
You have to get them on the page. Taika is going to sit on his hands for 8 years, and yes, that counts because you're thinking about it, but it doesn't make a studio any money.
Right.
Here's someone they can at least slide into their system and, okay, we're going to at least generate some revenue off of this.
Right. Yeah, it'll be interesting. And they've said this is not a continuation of the Skywalker saga. That came with the announcement that it was, and then they very quickly...
It was like,
they were
walking back, like, wait.
No, it's not. No, it's not. There was
Because we also have this Ray movie that's happening.
there was very much a PR scramble right after that came out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll be curious to see what this is. I kind of made the joke about the Rian Johnson trilogy.
Yeah.
Like, hopefully this one just gets made, or at least gets started.
Yeah. Just start with one. I think that's the, like, you can
they
have...
keep signing trilogy
You
deals.
can have a vision, and because, well, and it's such a Star Wars thing.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
Everything comes in threes.
everything comes in threes, but I think if you can make a really compelling first part that doesn't leave too many things. I mean, it's what JJ did with Force Awakens, right? It was like, well, yeah, it is just A New Hope.
Yeah.
But like A New Hope, it could stand on its own.
Yeah.
Like, that's maybe all you need, but it does well enough that you can,
You
do
continue that story, yeah.
continuous story. And if you have the same writer, you're not going to have the disjointedness that you have with 7, 8, and 9.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You right over there, Chief?
My last story is that Mickey 17 got bumped to April.
Fantastic news.
Like,
It
moved
got
up?
out-
It was moved. Well, no, it was landing in January.
Oh, okay.
This is great news. It got moved from the toilet to blockbuster season.
Yeah,
I do like the trailer that's come out for this.
I think
Yeah.
I
It
think the
looks really
trailer
fun.
probably generated way more hype than they were expecting.
It looks really
For some
fun. I showed it to
For
Dana.
some reason, yeah, I don't know.
I showed it to Dana, and she was like, "That looks like a good time." And like Pattinson making weird voices in movies is like a recipe for money, apparently.
Yeah, I think they've said that it's mainly because of IMAX deals. Like,
Oh,
they want it
interesting.
to be in IMAX around the world
Gotcha. All at the same time.
all at the same time, kind of a thing, and not just be up for one weekend before it gets
kicked out.
kicked
for
out
something else.
for whatever's coming in. Well, there's something in February, early February,
Captain America.
Captain America.
Captain
yeah.
America. So this probably guarantees it at least 2 or 3 weeks
Cool.
in IMAX.
I'm excited for this.
Me too.
So
That's good news.
Yeah.
You got anything, Luke?
I do. We finally got Andor season 2 update.
yeah,
We got a picture of Andor. I mean, he was just in his outfit. It looked fine. But we got a premiere date of April 22nd, 2025. That's too far away. 12 episodes. The series takes place over 4 years. and a year passes after every 3 episodes.
That's kind of a cool format.
Yeah.
I kind of like
So
that.
I'm guessing this is the last season, and they're gonna close the gap in between this
Yeah.
and Rogue One.
Yeah.
But I mean, the first season was kind of like that. It just wasn't years.
Yeah.
It was more like months.
Yeah.
So
They each of those, yeah, they had very like, this is a storyline. This is
man, I'm
the next part, but it's like very disconnected from.
Yeah. I'm excited to rewatch season 1 of that. I haven't
Me
seen
I've
too.
still never watched it, so I'm
blows
excited
my
to watch
mind.
it.
Dude, you're gonna watch that first episode and you're gonna be like, what are they talking about with this?
Yeah, that's true. You're gonna get
I
through
do-
like the first 2 episodes and be like, really?
I do remember like they showed the first 3 and everybody was like,
Huh?
the first episode where they were like,
Dude, the first
I don't know about
episode
this.
is so bad. And then like, what was it? Was the Eye episode, like the big heist episode?
Yeah.
And I was just like, this is the greatest Star Wars they've ever released. Like, it will not get better than this. And then it
And then it
just
does.
stayed consistently that good the rest of the show, and I was just like, I'm sorry for getting mad. I'm sorry.
Please forgive me.
It's why I give everything Star Wars a chance now. It's why I watched every episode of Acolyte. I know I didn't like it.
Yeah.
I know some people do. But it's just like, I trust you that it might turn around.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, there's always a chance.
it's why I'm going to watch every episode of Skeleton Crew. Even though I don't think it looks good. It's probably going to be the other best show.
I was gonna say it's gonna be like one of his favorite Star Wars
Right.
things
I
ever.
I love that freaking elephant. It's the best
He's gonna
character
go
in
buy
Star
the
Wars.
elephant statue.
I'm
He's
gonna
like,
put it
I
right
hated
next
this
to Ahsoka.
thing.
We're gonna go over to his house, and he's just gonna have plushies. This
Of the- yeah.
like the entire
His whole
crew
living room is just-
I'm gonna be
skeleton-
wearing the elephant head and just being like, "Yeah, go Neil." The next story I have, a lot of the rest of the stories I have are, I think they're kind of stupid, but they announced the Zelda movie
They did.
will be released in 2020 something.
Oh Lord,
What an announcement!
why even mention it?
I think what they actually said was by 2030.
What was
Or
the
29.
context of the?
I don't even know. I was just like, that's
What?
lots of time to cancel it.
Dumb announcement.
First of all, like, there's still plenty of time. We can just can this thing, and then
And
somebody
move it to anime.
make it an anime.
Make an anime.
We should just send that studio the little anime hand drawn thing that someone did over and over and over again every day.
To be like, this
This is what you should make.
this
is
will make $1 billion
in
Make it
anime.
R-rated.
Make this in anime. Make this in anime. Make this in anime.
The next thing I have, the Switch 2 is confirmed to be backwards compatible.
Thank goodness.
With the
I
cartridges.
really was nervous they weren't gonna do that.
Yeah.
I was gonna be like, what a waste.
It's a small, huge story.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because, like, they say, like, yeah, it's backwards compatible. It's like, okay, great.
Yeah.
But if it's not, it's like, what the?
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, if it wasn't, people would have lost their minds.
Who's making the Switch 2? Sony?
Yes.
There's no cartridge. There's no place to put cartridge in the Switch 2.
Anymore.
Yeah, it's all digital.
It's
now.
just a digital. Oh.
And then the last thing I have,
It's just a worse Steam Deck.
Yeah. Right.
This is really stupid in my opinion. The Hogwarts Legacy sequel is a big priority,
Naturally.
and they're trying to coordinate the storyline with the upcoming HBO series,
I saw
dumb.
this headline. I don't understand it at all.
aka Harry Potter.
Yeah.
You can literally do anything.
Well.
Like, oh, we gotta set up Voldemort in 1800 years. It's like, just,
Oh.
I guess
Why?
this is the one thought I had. Are they gonna try and transition it into be visually
Yes.
comparable to the new series?
I think that's what it is. It's the hey, here's the new castle, here's the new vibe,
I see.
here's the new haunted forest, like whatever.
I see what you're saying.
We're
yeah.
trying to match aesthetics
Gotcha.
because this. You know what the storyline of the show is going to
Yeah.
be. We have the books.
That's why I was so confused by the headline. I was like, what does that even mean?
So I think that's what they mean. Which honestly,
they all have shag carpet in
that
Hogwarts now.
they're casting for that now.
Yeah.
So
Man, good luck.
they are well in their like underway in terms of pre-production on those things. So that's not a huge. I don't think they're trying to like rush it out to release when kind of a thing. They'll be strategic about it for sure.
Yeah.
But I think it is more of like okay, we just want this to feel like it's in the same universe as the newest Harry Potter thing.
Kind of like what you see from Marvel with their movies and comics, maybe.
Yeah.
You know, like their heroes kind of have that similar feel and look.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know.
I am excited about like a new Hogwarts castle, and I think we talked about this a few weeks ago. Just maybe a different vibe,
Gothic,
like a little more gothic or something. Yeah, get a little creepy.
It's a magic castle. We're doing potions and spells and stuff.
Yeah,
there's supposed to be ghosts in this castle. Like I love Hogwarts.
Make it just a little scarier
from the movies.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's spice it up.
I'm curious, like tonally how they'll handle it because you know we're starting over with new kids. And I'm just very, very curious.
I would expect a Stranger Things tone. Which is like, has the potential to be kind of I won't say scary, but like
very
that's what they're going for.
Intense. It can be intense.
But also like these kids are goofballs.
Yeah.
Like they're 11. Come on.
Yeah.
He's 11 and he's fighting a snake. So hopefully they can do it, but I'm excited but nervous.
That's true.
Cool. Anything else?
Are they going to give Hermione her buck teeth? That's such a weird storyline. Where she like uses magic to change her appearance and it's like, what?
I think when that show comes out, now I'm just spitballing, I may read each book prior to that season.
Have you read the books?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just may read each book over again, as like a warm up for that season.
I think I got them on Audible. Maybe I'll listen to them.
I got Stephanie the big like hardcover
illustrated ones
collection. No, we do have some of the illustrated ones though.
The first two, I believe, because we're gonna read them with the girls.
Yeah.
When they get older.
I think they've only released the first 3 of the illustrated. Is that right?
I think they're through 5 now.
Oh, are they through 5 now?
Yeah, I think so.
I've been wanting to rewatch those movies too.
It's that time of year.
It is.
Yeah.
Yep. True. Okay, weekly update. What'd you guys do this week? Outside of what we've already talked about.
I can go very quickly.
Yeah.
I am playing the newest on the streets crack game, Pokemon TCG Pocket, on my phone. It's really fun. The game has crack in it, confirmed, and I'm enjoying that. And then Brett and I are watching the franchise. I made the joke about Nolan and Tom Cruise earlier.
Did you call him Brent?
No,
I said Brett.
Oh, I thought you called him Brent.
No, you got me questioning myself though. I'm really enjoying this show. I like it a lot. I just think I love you mentioned this, but every episode deals with a different part of filmmaking as a whole, and I love that this week's was kind of when you have guests on set and when your director's being troublesome and you got one of your stars is dealing with an erection that he can't get to go away, and like it's just like all these different problems. You have your crew.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson does pee in the bottle.
Your crew's having like a mutiny that's starting. Like night shoots. Like it's just really a fun, like
rewrites and
like mulling and all this stuff. Like it's a fun place to be.
Yeah.
Like every week, and it doesn't take itself too seriously.
No. I'm not sure it takes itself seriously at all.
Yeah. What is it? Furtively running. Golly. What a scene. But I texted you with a line that made me laugh. It was the producer dude. And he's talking about Nolan. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. He's like, oh, look at me. I made a movie backwards. How about try making it forward? Like, it's just so funny. They're just dunking on Nolan for, like, 10 minutes in this episode, and it's my fireball's not big enough, and he's like, oh, you mean like the one in Oppenheimer? And he's like, no, and he's like, yeah, well, not many explosions are as great as a nuclear bomb, sorry. Like, it's just such a goofy show, and the cast is awesome. They're really fun. Dag is hilarious.
They've just got such good chemistry.
This episode should have just been called Sexual Tension, though, too. Like, there's just so much sexual tension in the episode. It's really funny. But yeah, the energy on the show is great. I just really like it. It's kind of a surprise hit for me.
Yeah, I'm very excited for next week.
Yeah.
Like on location.
Yeah. It's like, ooh, on location shoot. Like,
it's like we're getting out of the studio.
Yeah.
All right, out of the backlots.
why is Nolan coming? Oh, studio touring,
Yeah.
lot touring. And he'll make it a 3.5 hour. No, yeah, no, I got it.
Yeah.
That she keeps trying to make that joke. Yeah, if you're interested in like movie making as a whole, or like superhero movie franchise making, like as a parody, it's
I was
pretty,
gonna say, I understand
funny.
that it's a comedy, it's a parody, but it is still a somewhat realistic peek behind.
Yeah,
the
there's
curtain.
definitely some of that. I really thought when he did the vertically running thing, I really thought they were going to do the Ezra Miller run.
Oh.
Like, I was waiting for it. I was like, oh man, this is going to be so good. What he did was even better.
Yeah.
But
It's awesome.
it's a really fun show. I recommend it. It's goofy.
Agreed.
Yeah, F Eric. Why don't you like my band, Eric? That's the director's name.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Inside joke there.
Yeah.
Are you done?
Yeah.
So I did 2 things. One I know Brent has seen. Sorry, Brent has seen. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I watched Trap.
Yeah.
It's on HBO now. And I wanted to see it in theaters and never got around to it. I thought it was okay. I love the concept. The concept is awesome. I love everything at the concert.
Mm-hmm.
And Hartnett is awesome. Every single little situation he gets to, you're just like, how are you going to get out of this one, buddy?
Yeah.
And he does. I felt like it lost the plot, though. It went way too long. He got caught. He got away. He got caught. He got away. He got caught. He got away. It's like, I get it. He's smart.
Yeah.
And
What was the runtime on that?
I don't think it's that long.
I think it's like 1:40.
Like, I feel like, and I can understand, like, and agree, like, this could have been like a cool 60 minutes, and like it would have made for a really,
like the duration of a concert.
yeah, like it would have made like a really interesting high tension for the entire time. And then you're right, it, like, as soon as you get out of the concert, it starts doing that thing on repeat, and it kind of loses some of that tension.
Yeah, the rule of 3 doesn't work outside of comedy.
Yeah.
Sorry, writers.
Yeah, I've not seen this, but I really want to watch. I may actually end up watching it tomorrow.
It is fun, but yeah, I was just like, once the concert ends, I feel like it goes on really long. And all the concert stuff is great. I even really liked the Lady Raven music. I was vibing.
Nice.
I give it a Matthew McConaughey. The other thing I
think
watched...
that's what you gave it too, isn't it?
Probably.
Yeah.
I could look. I have the technology.
The other thing I watched
Again.
was Arcane Season 2, Act 1. They released the first 3 episodes of Season 2, and it's just the best, man. That show and Blue Eye Samurai are just the standard for animation for me now,
Yeah.
as far as shows. It's like, there's nothing close that's being made now.
Yeah.
And I think it's released weekly, so Act 2 this next weekend.
It's the next week.
Act 3 next weekend.
Sweet.
So, man, I can't wait for them to drop the rest of this. It feels way more personal. And it just feels like it's going to be epic and just rip your heart out every episode.
Yeah.
It's so good. It's so pretty, too. Like, there's a bit at the beginning that is, I guess, all charcoal drawn.
Ooh.
It's super pretty.
That's awesome.
And it's like the very, very, very beginning of
Yeah.
the second season, so...
I saw a thing that said...
It's really, really good.
I'm trying to find it. But I want to say I saw a thing that said it's the most expensive show ever made.
Yes.
Animated
it's
show.
like $250 million.
wow.
Yeah.
No wonder
This
that
and
it's
season
only
1.
got two seasons.
Yeah. So everybody watch it. Actually sub and watch it. Otherwise,
Well,
Netflix is going to cancel 18 other things.
It's League, so they've got enough of a worldwide audience, I'm sure, that it
Yeah.
gets decent viewership.
And hey, maybe Riot's paying for a lot of it too. So.
Yeah, it says it costs $250 to make and market.
Imagine tying something that expensive just behind a streaming service and not actually making money on it.
Yeah. Heck,
Boggles my mind.
Release it in theaters. I'll go watch it in theaters.
Boggles my mind.
But yeah, super good.
Cool.
And if you haven't watched first season, watch it.
Yeah, first season is awesome. I didn't do too much. I checked out the new Halo Infinite update.
Oh, the
Playing in third person is
that
really crazy.
I thought you were talking about the Halo 2 stuff.
I played a couple matches of the Halo 2 stuff. Yeah,
how does it feel?
More like Halo 2 than Halo Infinite, that's for sure.
What is the Halo 2 stuff?
For the 20th anniversary, they made a playlist inside Halo Infinite that is like no sprinting, a little bit bigger jump. The new there's a new weapon.
How Halo should be.
Yeah. That's what a lot of people think.
That was my take.
Yeah,
we
it
talked
was.
about Halo a couple of weeks ago.
It was.
It's like, I have this new Halo stuff, man.
But they've remade a bunch of the Halo 2 maps in Forge, and the new technically it's an SMG.
It looks like it melts stuff.
It was featured.
Is that the one he's dual wielding on the cover?
No.
Oh.
No.
I loved those.
It's in the
Yeah, dude. This is what I always rocked. It was so awesome.
Ghosts. It's on the Ghosts of Onyx cover, I think.
I don't know what that means.
That's one of the books. But it plays very similarly to an old school assault AR, right? It's got a 60 clip mag.
It kind of looks like
or
one.
a 60 round mag. It does. It has that.
Has a little screen
it's a little
on the front.
Bigger than like your traditional SMG from Halo 2.
Is Halo 2 the one where the battle rifle was first came out in?
Yeah.
That's the battle rifle everybody loves.
Yeah.
And it was the same in 3, and they changed it in 4. Right?
Yeah, in 4 everyone hated it, and then they kind of brought it back. 5 was like it was still.
But 2 and 3 is the one everybody wants.
Infinite BR was way more like the Halo 2 and 3. Yeah. So.
I love the Infinite BR.
Yeah, Infinite BR is great.
Brr.
Yeah. The only weapon I really don't like is that whatever that DMR weapon.
Oh yeah, I think the Bandit.
Bandit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you can hit your shots with it, it's disgusting, but I think it feels like crap.
I loved the Halo Reach DMR, and so I thought I would love the Bandit, and I don't love the Bandit.
I just like the AR and Infinite.
Well, one's made by Bungie and
be
one is
booty
not.
smacking fools.
Do you think Bungie has a role in that though?
In what?
Well, the Reach DMR was Bungie gunplay.
Yes.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
So that would probably make it feel real.
Yeah.
Real good.
Real good. Well, but it had 2 variants, because if you remember, I say variants, I just mean that it got tweaked. So when Reach was under Bungie, that game featured Bloom, which Halo had never had Bloom before. It was really big deal. And when 343 took over, they put out an update that removed Bloom. And it really modified Armor Lock, because Armor Lock was such a hot topic back then, too.
Seems like Bloom is kind of just a normal thing now for most shooters.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
I know it's in Destiny, so...
I don't know.
Oh, I guess I could mention I played Call of Duty some more.
Oh, yeah. How's that going?
Have you beat the campaign yet?
No, I was playing.
Oh,
I was playing multiplayer
dude.
with my brother and Pat Watson. It was a pretty good time, actually.
Dude, not even gonna lie. One of the best Call of Duty campaigns ever.
I've heard that.
Dude, it is so awesome.
I actually was listening to a Kind of Funny. They were talking about how, like, if this campaign was sold as, like, a standalone package, like...
I would recommend people buy it.
They were like, I don't think it would win, but, like, it could be in the Game of the Year category.
Oh, dang.
And I was like, whoa.
Yep.
I've heard it's, like, super good.
Have you guys seen, like, any spoilers for some of the...
No,
like,
I've heard that there's some horror missions, though.
Yeah,
Ooh.
it's the zombie one I told you about.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
They said the tone of some of the horror stuff, though, not in a bad way, is kind of, like, similar to Control, Alan Wake-ish type stuff.
All right.
I was like, that's kind of neat.
Once you notice, like, what happens, and you because you've played a lot of Alan Wake and Control, you might see one thing and you go, I know what they're going to do to me. And then they do it to you for like 30 minutes as you're trying to work your way through this lab. Dude, it's so cool. It's
I need to play
It's
it.
fantastic mission.
I need to play it.
And then, dude, it's so good. It's really mind-boggling how fun it was.
I think the gunplay feels pretty good on this one. I really do. I think it is markedly better than the last two Modern Warfare games.
Yeah.
Like it feels good to play.
If they would just fix the sound, I would be just completely
Luke
happy.
would be all in.
I hate
but-
how the guns sound.
Pew, pew, pew. Yeah. Can't win everything, Luke.
It's like, wow, this gun is very quiet. I want them to go boom.
Boom, boom.
Well, cool. I think
Well,
that sums
cool.
it up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Sweet. All right. Well, thanks for hanging out with us.
Ooh, Dune Prophecy.
Dune
think
Prophecy
is
starting
this Sunday.
next. Yeah. So we'll be able to. At least some of us will have watched the first episode. I don't know if Tyler will have the opportunity.
Depends if I stay up that late or not.
Sunday night HBO's baby, they're the best.
Yeah. So.
F Sunday night football. Let's choose one.
All right. Well, until next week. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. We'll see you.